YouTube was good. What's up with y'all? Back with another video, man. My camera wound up breaking, so I haven't made content in a little minute. But yeah, in this video, we got a mid taper with beard work. Now all I'm doing is just getting the straggler hairs off, making sure everything is the shape that we will want for this afro type taper look. Man, as excited as y'all are for me to make content, I'm excited to make content too. We just gotta get this camera back and up and running, and everything gonna be smooth. We're gonna be trying to drop every single week. But yeah, right here we're gonna set in our first initial ball guideline with our trimmers on each side and on the back of the neck area. Not too hot, and we will make it like an oval shape to give it a burst effect. Now right here in the neck area, we're going to debulk. We just don't want to start setting all our guidelines because the hair is so thick back there. Our client has very coarse hair and he hasn't had a haircut in I'll say about 3 months or so. Now we're going to set in this guideline kind of weird, kind of different from what we're used to on this channel. But we're going to make it some type of rainbow shape. A hard rainbow shape, a hard upside down U shape. And that's how we're going to develop our taper in the back. Now right here we're going to make our second initial guideline with our level all the way open with our wall seams. You could go up 1 inch or a half an inch. In this case I went up a half of an inch, not too much, just to get a nice transition. And to keep the reason why we got this rainbow shape is to keep a nice transition going in when we start our neck lineups. Now we're going to take our wall seams with the level all the way closed, which is closest to skin. We're just going to notch at that first guideline. Then after that, we're going to work our level all the way open and then walk it down, slowly closing it to our level all the way closed. This right here is just a section where we blend at. This is not detailing. For detailing, you will have to use the edge of your clippers. Right now, we're just using a full blade, getting a nice blend. Now with our 1/16, we're just going to go up in the scoop motion, just removing a little bit more of that bulk right there. So we can set in our one guard guideline, which will be our third guideline. We're using the scoop out motion so we don't create another guideline. Now with our one guard with the level all the way open, we're gonna create another guideline. Just slightly touching when we just went with our 1/16 guard. Not going into it, we're not using no scoop motion. All we're doing is we just go in and create another guideline. Now keep in mind when you're creating these guidelines, you want to make sure you keep the same width. That makes everything even and more symmetrical. Now with our half guard, we're just notching at that guideline right underneath our one guideline. And we just set in with our third guideline. And then after that, we're gonna open up the level all the way open, just how we did at the beginning of the taper, and we're gonna work our way all the way down to level close. And all this is a fading process that we're doing right here, fading all that out between the 1/16 guard and the one guard. Now with our level all the way open, with our wall seams turned around, this is called the rake technique. You'll see this technique on this channel a lot. They have a lot of ways to detail. This is one method that I like. It just makes the blend all come together and makes it more smooth, going in the same direction that the hair grows. And all we're doing is we're just notching the level down, going further and further down. Don't take the level all the way close. Don't go past halfway when you're doing that technique. It's all about pressure and the right how your clip is set. That's what's gonna determine if it comes out as a nice smooth blend when using the rake technique. Now we're gonna throw on our one guard and we were just detailing right there. Now for the sides, when we about to set in our neck lineup from the back taper to the side tapers, we want to take our one guard and go down. And this right here, you can also use the rake technique as I'm showing y'all right here as another substitution if you don't feel comfortable with the guards. Well, this is another faster way so you don't have to pick up a guard. It's kind of simple and easy. Maybe if you want to join a competition, that's more so of an easier way so you don't have to attach all these different guards. Now as we setting in our neck lineup, What we want to do when we get closer to the behind the ear area is use the corner of our blades just to create a more precise lineup. What we do on one side, we're going to do to the other. And as y'all can see, these clippers are hidden. It's really not the clippers, it's the blades. Sometimes I switch my blades around from clipper to clipper, but it's really just the DLC blade. The DLC blade gonna cut through anything, but they are pretty sharp. Now this is just a run through, a fast run through of what I do. I'm not no skipping or anything, just a quick little summary of what I do without any skips or anything, just so y'all can see the whole process. And man, if y'all follow these steps, man, I think I have some of the most easiest steps on here. I do cut hair a little bit different depending on the hair texture, but for the most part I use the same exact steps. But on this type of hair texture, I really don't like to go into like the one guard too much, or the, you know, the half guard, because this rake technique just does it all for me for real. On coarse hair, this is what I use the rake technique on, just very coarse hair. And this helps me blend it, helps get a nice and defined blend, just if I was using guards. Sometimes guards don't work all the way for coarse hair because the hair pattern it's just so tight and stiff for real. The guard's not really gonna cut through it, if you understand. It's not really gonna pick up all the hair strands and stuff like that, and it's not gonna give you the more so easy fluidly cut. This makes everything flow together because it's going in the same exact direction as where the hair grows, you know. Now right here, we're going to take our one guard and start debulking, getting there nice and prepared on this side. Now I'm going to break down the right side of the taper for y'all so I can get a better understanding. Now we have our level all the way open with our wall seams, and we're creating that second initial guideline. Remember, we already set in our first initial guideline at the beginning of the video. But right here, we want to, whatever guideline you set in, you want to make sure you keep that same exact shape. Remember the oval shape or the circle shape that I showed you at the beginning? We're doing that same exact thing. We're setting in our second guideline. Now we have our level all the way closed. We're notching at that first guideline, and then we're gonna open up our level all the way open, and then we're gonna slightly work down to our level all the way closed to the bottom of the taper. And this right here is blending. Right here, I'm not using the bottom of my or the size of my clippers or one blade. I'm not detailing. That was just me fading. Now we have our wall seams all the way open with the clippers, with the wall seams flipped, and this is called the rake technique. That's all we're gonna do. That's all we're doing to blend the top transition into the taper work that we've done. And right here, all we're doing is detailing. Detailing with our half guard, going in using the edge of our clippers, making sure everything is nice and blended. And that's all it really takes. It don't really take that long to do a taper. It should take no less than probably about, I say on the side, it should probably take like 1 minute aside, to be honest. Using this technique right here, you get used to it. It's gonna be, you're gonna get super fast. It's a real fast process. If y'all would sit down and take the time to learn it and watch the videos all the way through, because it is little bits and pieces of information all throughout the video that we can work with and adjust to your likings or whatever. But right here for the beard work is basically the same exact thing. All we're doing is open our level all the way open, creating that second guideline, well, our first guideline, and then we're gonna close our level all the way, and then we're gonna go to the top of the beard and fade out the little the stubble hair from the first guideline that we had set in. And now we got the level all the way open. We're working up. It's basically fading up, but we're really fading down into the beard. Every time we go down, we have a bigger guard on. Now we have our one guard with the level all the way closed, and we're gonna make another guideline. It's the same exact step, same exact process, but you can create different shapes within the beard depending on how you angle the beard. I mean, how you angle the clippers while you're fading the beard. Me, more so, I like to angle my clippers slightly like a diagonal down to the right, as you can see right here. It's not like right there. It should be the clippers should be straight from his ear to his nose, but I got mine slightly tilted down just to create a different look. So when I line it up, y'all will see the look that I was going for. With beards, it's kind of weird lining it up, because when you line it up, they really have stubble hair that you can't really necessarily see maybe on camera, but when you line it up, when you start to line it up with the razor or clippers, whatever you may use, it's gonna show up. You're gonna see. Now right here, after we use our 1/16 guard, which will be the biggest guard that we use on the beard. That's the biggest guard I use on every single beard that I might do. We might throw in a little 2 guard at times, but this is the biggest guard right here. After that, you want a freehand. That's all I was doing, was hovering over. You know how to create a taper look, you want to flare out at the top, or maybe if you want the hair to flare out at the top, you kind of go in and then you come out to create that flare look. You do the same thing with the beard. You just go down and you start flaring out as you get closer to the bottom, because the hair is more thicker at the bottom. Just to blend that, it's really freehanding, just to blend that 1/16 guard into the beard more. Now right here, all we're doing is lining up the back of the beard area. For this client, I did go it's like a half of a circle of some sort. I don't do it directly down, just because that's not where his beard grows. That's not how his beard grows. I would be creating a lot of new growth whenever it grows back. Now right here, I'm showing y'all in the lineup that the left side is less full than the right side. The right side is his strong side. The left side is his weak side. So you want to start with the weak side first on every single haircut that you do, because if you start from the strong side and then go towards the weak side, your line ain't gonna look all messed up. It's gonna be diagonal. It's gonna be going diagonal down towards the right side, or whatever the strong side is. It's gonna be crooked. So what we want to do, we want to line up the weak side first, which was his left side, and then we're gonna have to push the right side back slightly, just a little bit, so it can replicate the left side, which would be the weak side. And in my opinion, that leaves it with a more consistent, strong looking lineup. And you know, I'm just not lining up like the tiny little bits of pieces of hair. So when he does wash his hair, it won't be just an ash line. You will be able to see that he has a lineup after he washes his hair, or jump in a pool or whatever he wants to do. Now with our vertical bars, we're about to start our C cup. Remember, it's the same process with that too. You want to pick the weak side, line that side up first, then go to the strong side and make the strong side exactly like the weak side, even if you will have to push it up just a little bit. Now right here, I use Kiss Express, and we're just adding our enhancements, just applying our enhancements. They do have a science to add enhancements, so everything could look nice and neat and almost natural, depending on what type of barber you are. I like a more natural, enhanced look. So yeah, that's what we're doing right now. And man, it's truly a blessing to be able to make content for y'all. And I started last year at the beginning, around the same exact time a year ago. I had 30 some subscribers. Now I got 806 subscribers, 807. I'm not sure if it went up. We one step closer. We a lot of steps closer. We about 800, 700 people closer than we was last year to getting monetized or whatever, to reaching our goal. If I would have never started on my phone, I would have waited till I got a good camera or whatever, I would be behind. I probably have like 200 some subscribers right now. I wouldn't have as much experience. So really, this just me saying, if you want to do something, just start. Just go ahead and start. It's better to start now than later. So when you do get the things that you want, or the things that's necessary to achieve the look or the finished product that you want, you'll have the experience and all this other stuff needed to now create a good to match those two, to create a good content, or the information needed or the knowledge needed to move on to the next thing. And make sure I like, comment, subscribe, man. I hope y'all enjoyed the video and watched it all the way through. If you're new to the channel, hit the post notification button, and we out.